Okay, so I have started the recording, guys, and I guess the screen is also visible to all of you. So this was our web page. Let me start the web server as well. So the web server is something like this. I just have to write npm start, and I will hit enter. So it will start our server. I will click here as localhost 2000. I will click here, and then I will go to the browser. And this is how our page is looking like. This is how our page is looking like. So this is exactly the page that we are searching for. Now I had this about us page. From there, I can go to this contact us page. Contact us page is still not designed. I have this registration page. This registration page is also designed. I have the field. I will be entering all the details here. And I have this login page, which is also not designed yet. So I have all these pages. I have this about us page, contact us page, registration page. From where I have designed this about us page, and this about us page is designed. Index, that is the home page that it is designed, and this page is designed. So what I want to do here is, so according to the first query that you were asking, that you are not able to insert an image. So let's try to insert an image in this index.html page itself. So I will just write image, and there I just have to paste the source. So I will go to the browser. Will go to browser. I will go to this browser. I will open. I will open this browser in guest mode. There I will search for, let's say, web development image. I will just search for a random web development image. So here we go. We have this image. So I will copy this image address. I will copy this image address. I will go to my VS Code, and there I'm just going to paste it. I have just pasted the files link. This time, now after that, I will go to, now I will go to this. Now I will go here. I will go here, and I will refresh this page. And so you can see this web, this image is right here. So what I have done, I have just I have my page, and in this page, I have copied the link from the browser. And after copying the link from the browser, you can see this is from where I have right clicked here, copy the link. You can copy the link of any page, and then you can easily paste it here. And whenever you will paste it right here, just like normal HTML, whatever you can do in normal HTML, everything you can do here as well. Okay, so Noor, is it clear to you? Let me know once. So I also tried like this, but I don't know why it was not working. You can do one thing, if you are available, you can share your screen as well. You can share your screen. So and now today I'm able to hear, guys. The microphone is working properly. If you want to say something, you can also say. You can also unmute yourself and you can say something. अगर कुछ भी बोलना है, कुछ भी कोई डाउट है कहीं पे, तो तुम लोग पूछ सकते हो. हेलो.
हाँ सर, क्लियर सर.
Just a minute. Yes, guys. So if you want to ask something, you can ask something. The microphone is now working properly, and the speakers are also. Yes, Saurabh. Saurabh, you want to ask something? Saurabh, do you want to ask something? Hello. Okay, yeah, clear. All right. Saurabh, are you there in the call? Hello, Saurabh. Hello, Saurabh. Are you there? Saurabh, are you there in the call?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so you want to say something? Guys, are you all listening? Guys, I'm just asking all of you. There are total 10 students in the call, so I'm asking all of you. So before I discuss anything else, just let me know whether you are listening, you all are listening, and like what you are getting. Are you able to understand each and everything, whatever I'm discussing? Guys, please let me. This is really very much important for me. Okay. Is it okay? All right. So everyone is listening. Everyone is there in the call. That's great because yes, if someone is not able to understand anything, if you're not willing to attend or like that, that really demotivates me. So that's why I was asking you. So let me again present my screen. Just give me 1 minute, and I'm presenting my screen once again. And today, because I really request you all to focus on today's class, because today we are going to learn a lot and we are going to actually implement many things. We will see different kind of things. Actually, we have in the last class, we have seen how to, if you have followed the last class, we know that how to create an Express application, how to use the EJS template, and EJS template is embedded JavaScript. We can easily use the embedded JavaScript for all these functionalities, and it is very easy, just like HTML. If you are familiar with HTML, that is 100% same as HTML, along with some extra features. We have some extra features. This is like the benefit of using EJS. You today in this today's class, where you are going to you will be able to understand about what exactly we are talking about EJS. Before that, I want to know something. Guys, do you have any idea about MySQL database? Do you know anything about MySQL database? If you know, then please let me know. If you don't know anything about MySQL database, that also let me know. That how to create a table, or do you want me to discuss something about MySQL? So whatever is your thing, because from today, we will actually see how to actually deal with the data and how to deal with database. So if before jumping into the connection part, how to connect database, it is very much important for you to know that yes, we are going to we are going to use this database. So this is very, very important. Yes, please let me know if you know about database anything or you want me to discuss something about the MySQL installation and some other things. You can let me know. Okay, some people are still typing. So then, either I will present the Node.js. Otherwise, I will present MySQL workbench because simultaneously I cannot do that. Actually, I'm using a different system. And in this system, it is, I cannot do that. So that's why I'm asking you. And I want the response from all of you. Only basic like creating table, updating and deleting. That is more than sufficient. That is more than sufficient. Then please let me know as soon as possible. You should be know the basic of MySQL. All right. Only basics about creating, insert, and delete and update. Okay, that's more than sufficient. That is more than sufficient. Okay, so that's really great. So then let me actually start from let me actually start from there only. Like directly, I will start using Node.js, only basic. Three people only responded. So I'm assuming that you know about that. So even if you don't know, please go through the MySQL workbench because I will be using MySQL workbench only. So I will request you all to at least go through the MySQL basics. I will also guide you all once. But if you know some MySQL, that is really fantastic. So let me now start. Just a minute. Let me now actually start it. Only basic doesn't matter. That's absolutely fine. So I'm presenting the screen. Now here you can see, I think the screen is also visible to you all. This is the normal server file. I will zoom completely. This is the normal server file. This is the register file, and in this file only we are going to work a lot. In this file, whatever I have written, we are going to work a lot on this file. All the type, all the things, I'm going to collect everything. Now I have this about.ejs, this about.ejs just a sample page. You can create this about page. Then I have this index.ejs file. You can also create this index.ejs file as well. Now, since we have all these things, what I'm going to do next? I'm going to actually connect the MySQL database with our this project and how I'm going to do that. This is our agenda for this session. So at first, I have to install a module for MySQL. And you know how to install a module for MySQL. I will go here and I will write npm install. Name of the module is MySQL. Name of the module is MySQL. So initially it was MySQL, but nowadays, due to some problem with this MySQL module, we will use MySQL2 module. This is the module that we are going to use. Earlier, generally when I started learning, and also even before a few days as well, I was using this MySQL model, but now this MySQL model is not working properly. So we should have to use a different module, and I will be using this MySQL2 module. Please remember, guys, and you can also note this point in your copy and pen, like just note this point also. All right, so I have this MySQL2 module, right? NPM install MySQL2 to install anything. These are the basic things, and I have already discussed about that, and hit enter. When you will hit enter, it will take some time and this module is installing. So yes, this module is installed. You can see it's found zero vulnerabilities. It is completely installed. Now our MySQL2 module is installed. I will not do anything with this server.js file. The next file is register.js file. About these files are the main files, the fundamental files, and I will not do anything with that. I will create a completely separate file. Guys, I hope you all are listening to me. So where I'm exactly, this is the folder, myf folder. So let me do one thing. Let me just close this VS Code and let me open this myf separately. So then it will be much more easier for you. Or also you can, if you are able to understand, then that is fantastic. So in this my app folder, I have this node modules. I have this views. Inside views, I have all my views. So views are just what the client or what we are going to view. Just the templates we are talking about, the HTML templates. And HTML, we can use simple HTML as well, and we can use EJS as well. EJS is embedded JavaScript. So in this views folder is there. Now the server file is also here. In this server file, I have created the Express application. And using Express application is super easy. We just have to install this module at first, and after installing this module, we have to start listening to the port number, which port number we are currently in, which port number the server is running. So the server is running at localhost 3000. There we will start listening, and we are listening there. After that, like based on the user request, the user can click somewhere. You know how to create a nav bar or navigation bar. So wherever the user will be clicking, based on the user request, you can actually create some routes. Routes are nothing but just like routes. So suppose from any point you can go to multiple places. That is just what I'm talking about, routes. So this is what I have here. Now after creating routes, like when after this slash I have not specified anything, this means I'm referring to the home page, like the normal default page. Whenever I will open my localhost 3000, this page will be opened. So this is the index.ejs file. I don't have to specify this .ejs extension explicitly. Why? Because I have already specified app.set as view engine is EJS. I have already specified that. That's why there is no need to explicitly specify the type. All right. So it's the same thing. When after this localhost 3000, I will be specifying in my browser. After this localhost 3000, I will be specifying slash about. I will be redirected to this about page. When I will specify slash register, I will be redirected to the register page. In this way, I can create multiple routes. After that, when we have created all the routes, now our task is to actually start learning the database connectivity, how we can connect to our database, how we can perform different operations, how to read data, how to write data, how to insert data into the database, how to fetch the data from the database, all the operations we should be able to understand. And to do with all the operations, since we are going to work with MySQL database, because this is like SQL is structured query language, and it is used a lot in earlier era also. It was using a like we were using a lot with SQL, and in today's era also we use SQL a lot. That's why we are going to learn SQL. So how to connect with MySQL? So for that reason, I have the MySQL workbench right here. So I have this MySQL workbench version 8.8. So you can also install MySQL Workbench. This is super easy and also very much user friendly. So you can see this is how the MySQL Workbench will look like. It is very user friendly. So you can click here, and whenever you will click, you can see the username is root and there is a local host. So some things are given there. My default username is root. So here I have multiple database. I have like for different illustration purpose, I have created multiple. I have multiple data like tables. Multiple things are there, and from there only I can create a single table. It is very easy, way too easy to understand the SQL. Also, I will discuss also a little bit about SQL. Do not worry, but still I will recommend you all to learn about SQL because this is not only important for this project, but also for your interview, also for different things as well. Okay. So guys, at first, I think the first step is clear to you all. The first thing is I have successfully created MySQL to npm install MySQL 2. Now I will go here in the my app folder where I am currently in. There I am going to create a new file, and the new file is database.js. This is a JavaScript file. I'm going to create the next file, which is our JavaScript file. So I have created this JavaScript file, and there what I have to do at first, if I want to use any module, so this is the JavaScript file I will be writing in this file. Whenever I have created a new file and I want to use the file, what I should have to do? Guys, I guess you all know about that. To use a file, I have to import the file at first, import the module at first. And how to import any module? So it is also very easy. I just have to write var, then whatever, let's say I'm writing MySQL. This is what I'm writing, and require MySQL. It is MySQL 2. Okay, so this is what I have written. I have imported the module. So what are the steps? I will be writing all the steps right here only so that you all can understand. So the first step is I'm writing the first step. So what is the first step is import. Now at first it is install the module and import it to the database file. All right, so this is the first step. At first, you have to install the module, then you have to import it to the database file, database dot, or rather, I will say database dot JS file. First step done. Then what is the second step? Then I will have my second step as I have to create the connection object. I have to create that the second step is connection object. What this connection object will do, this connection object will actually help me. This particular connection object will actually help me to connect to our database where I have to provide it by providing. So I will write here within parentheses by providing our host, that is our local host, username, password, and the database name. So I have to provide the host, that is my local host or the server address. I have to provide my username. I have to provide my password, and I have to provide my database name. So how you will get this host? So since you are using MySQL, it by default it is localhost. If you have installed this MySQL Workbench properly, if you have properly installed it, if it is not there, guys, I will recommend you please go and search about installation procedure for MySQL Workbench in Windows 10 or whatever operating system you are working. It is very easy. You can refer to any YouTube videos and you can easily download it. So also you can use Oracle or any other thing, but I prefer MySQL because it is way too easier. So that's what I have. And whenever you will use that, your host is by default localhost. Username, by default, the username is root. The password is while installing, whatever password you have specified, that is your password. And then you have your database name. So database name is also when you will actually create the database, then you have to specify some database. So I will create the connection object. So I will write var because this is the object or variables. Whenever I'm going to create any variables, I have to use var keyword or const keyword or let keyword. Rather, I prefer var because when I use var, it will execute on all browsers, like old browsers as well new browsers. Although new browsers prefer let and const, but still I will use var because I don't know, some of you maybe you might be using old system. So to be on the safe side, I will use var because if I use var keyword, then it will execute on each and every computer, each and every system. So var, I will be creating this connection object. So how can I create this connection object? You can see already the suggestions are coming. So these suggestions are because of a specific extension called tab9. You can install this extension from the extension market. Here you have the extension market extensions, the VS Code. Go there and search for the extension. You can search for tab9, which is a autocomplete artificial intelligence, like with artificial intelligence features are there. A very good extension, I would say. So I would not suggest you while learning, but while development, like when you are actually developing, I would really suggest you to use this extension. So I have to create the connection then. So I'm successfully creating this connection, MySQL create connection. And create connection, I will write in this way. I have to open and close this parenthesis. Now in this parenthesis, I am creating the connection. So what are the things that I had to specify? Guys, what are the things that I have to specify? I have to specify four different things. So that's why I will open and close this curly braces inside this parenthesis and I will hit enter. And I will write all the things one by one. So I will at first write host. So host, I will write. Then the second thing, what I have to write, then after that, I have to write the username. Then I will write comma because I will be specifying there the username. Then I will write password. And after that, I have to write database. These are the four things that I need to write. The host, the username, the password, and the database name. So do I have any database right now in our MySQL? No, I don't have. So I want to create a database. So let's create a database. I will create database, and let's say the name of the database is name of the database is I would say web dev. So for web development batch, I am creating this. So the name of the database is web dev. So I will write this semicolon and I will click right here in this flash icon. You can say I will click here and this is all right. There is some problem. I will okay. So I'm sorry guys. I will be clicking here and I have to click here. So yes, this is created. This database is created successfully. We can see the green signal and whenever you will see this green signal, you know that this particular database is created successfully. Now, when that is done, what is the next task? Like I will use this database. I will use this database that is web dev. I will hit control and hit enter. So what is the problem? Use database. Okay, so there is like this is the basic syntax that and I was forgetting. I don't have to specify database here. I just have to write use the web dev. That is the database name. And I will click here in the execute. So yes, now we are using this database. Next step is I will see that what are the tables. What are the tables that we have in this database? So I will click on this plus icon again. And you can see tables in web dev, in web development, I don't have any tables. Okay, so since I don't have any table and I will not create any table right now, rather I will go to VS Code. I will directly go to the VS Code. I will minimize it. And there I will specify one by one all the things. So what is the database that we just created? It is web dev. This is the database that we just created. And remember guys, don't forget to put it in double inverted comma. I have this web dev. Now I have to enter the password and the password that I'm entering. My password, I will be writing Pradipto 1. This is the password for my MySQL workbench. Okay, in my system, I have this password. The username for my system is root. You can use any other username also. If you have any other username, you can use that. And the host is by default, it is localhost. So you can use this localhost as well, guys. So this much simple it is, and I have successfully created this connection object. All the things I have specified because I have multiple things. I will use this curly braces, and you will also have multiple things. I have host, I have user, I have password, I have database. So all the four things are there, and I have created that, and it is done. Now I need to check something like connection is successful, but still for some reason, if suppose you guess that your username is incorrect, your password is incorrect, or the database name that you have entered is incorrect, if there is some error, so then you have to do something. So if there is some error, then you will do something, or if there is no error, then also you will do something. What you will do? So if there is an error, so I will say connection dot connect. I'm connect connect, and I'm creating this function. In this function I have the error. So here I will check if I have any error. So I will check if there is any error. Then what I will do, then I will throw this error. So if I have any error, I will throw this error. And if I don't have any error, so if there is any error, I will just do that. And if there is no error, I will just do log. So that means console.log, and I will just log something to the console that is in this console part. I will say that yes, database connected successfully. I will just say database connected successfully. This is what I'm going to say. Now, when I have that database connected successfully, so definitely, since if I have entered all the things properly, so it will specify that yes, the database is connected properly. If there is any error, so it will tell no, there is some error. Done. So let's try to execute this code. Just a minute, guys. Just give me 1 minute. All right. All right, guys. So I'm back. Now you can actually execute this code, and to execute any JavaScript code, I'm not actually initializing the entire part. You can understand I'm not executing this entire part. What I'm doing here, I'm just executing this basic. I'm executing this basic JavaScript file. So using a JavaScript file outside this browser is also very easy. What do we have to write? We have to just write node space the file name. So what is the file name? It is database.js. I will hit enter, and you can see database connected successfully. Done. So are we like we are able to connect to our database successfully. Now this is what I was talking about, guys. This is what I was talking about. Now, if we are able to connect that, I will now forcefully close this terminal by pressing Control and C. So if I have connected it, so that is done. So suppose I missed something, web development is not the class, so I have missed web D. So this database name is incorrect. Okay. So now if I execute this code once again, you can see there is some error. So the error, it will print the error in the control. So it will say this throw error, this part is getting executed. So unknown database name webd. So this is the error. Suppose you have entered this one correctly, and you have entered this password in password is incorrect. So then what will be the case? So it will also tell that access denied, or this one using password, you're using the password but your access is denied. Why? Because you have entered the incorrect problem. That is the problem. So since you have this problem, you will not be able to log in. What you have to write, then you have to enter the correct password. Or also you can specify the username, the correct username you specify, you will be able to log in. You specify the incorrect username, you will not be able to log in. As simple as that. So guys, is it clear to you all? Let me know. If it is clear, like till this part, whatever we have done, this is the most fundamental part for Node.js, database connectivity, and like connecting front end with back end. Because if you are able to connect your VS Code with your MySQL workbench using the language Node JavaScript. So we are using JavaScript to connect MySQL workbench, and we are actually connecting MySQL workbench from our VS Code. We will not be executing anything in the actual VS Code. We are doing anything here. So very good, Ritu Pavan, Noor, Aniket, Sabul, very good guys. And what about others? I want the response from all of you. That if you are able to understand, if you want me to explain something once again, you can ask me. I will explain it as many times as you want. So guys, let me know, guys. Let me know. So here I have this web page. I will just cross this web page. I don't need it because I guess this image part is also clear to you know. You can try it once again. And if it is not working, you can take the screenshot and you can send it to me in the group. You can ask me. I will be solving this doubt. It's a clear, sir. Clear, sir. Very good, guys. So now I have successfully connected. I'm connected with the database. Now here I'm doing the main part. I'm connecting to the database right here. Plus, guys, now also please look at the screen very carefully because this class is gonna be very important. And like if you are able to understand whatever I'm discussing today, so almost 95% of the main agenda will be clear, and not only in this language. Like guys, this is not only in JavaScript using Node.js. In future, if you want to shift from Node.js to any other thing like Django or any other web framework, it will be very easier for you because I will explain the things in such clarity. I will explain the thing in that way that whatever language you will choose in the future, you can code and you can connect the front end with back end with that functionality. It will be very much easier for you. So the first thing I have done, and it is clear, I have installed the MySQL 2 module. I have created the connection object. After creating the connection object by providing all the things, I will connect with my database. Done. I'm connected with my database. Now let's try to control our VS Code. Let's try to control our MySQL workbench, the server from our VS Code. So it is very sure, like we can very easily create some table right here. And initially, I don't have any table right here. You can see I don't have any table. Initially, it is empty. But I can definitely write my query here. I can just execute create table, then specifying the table name. Then I can specify the table column name and data type, column name and data type. And very easily I can create the entire table. But I don't want that. I don't want to create the table from here. Guys, I hope you know about that how to create a table from here. We can very easily create a table from here. I don't want to create a table from here. Or else if you want to know, I have already created a table here. Let me just do one thing. Let me copy and paste it because I want to save some time. I will copy it from here and I will paste it here. I will paste it here and I will execute it. So you can see I have created the registration table. This table name is registration. There is a name column, there is address column, and there is the mobile number field. These are the column name, and the name is also varchar. The address is also varchar. The mobile number is also varchar. So if you now execute this show tables column, if you execute, you can see this registration column is there. So if you now do one thing, if you write the description of the table. So you can see the description that all the values are there. This name is a field with varchar, address varchar, mobile number is also varchar. You can also write select star from registration. So whenever you write select star from registration, what will happen is it will actually create, it will actually uh, like trigger a query that you can actually fetch all the details from this registration table. You can fetch all the details from this registration query. I will hit enter, and this time you can see it is empty. You can insert some values, and I will be inserting some values, and I will be showing you that how to do that. And if you want to know right now only, we can just write our query. What is the query? I just have to write insert into tables. In this way, I have to write insert into tables, and I have to specify the table name, right? So what I have to write here, just a minute, let me, it is not, okay, it will automatically, it will be hidden. This part, I guess this part is clearly visible to you all. This is the main part. I will be writing here to insert something into this registration table is very easy. What is the query? Guys, I hope you know. I have to write in this way. I will write insert into, then I have to write the table's name, registration. This is the table name. Then I will write values. There are two syntax. Either I can specify all the column names one by one. After that, I will specify values, or I can directly write values. And then I can specify, I have three fields. So I will be specifying three fields only. The name, I will specify my name. Then I have address. So I will specify Kolkata. I have the mobile number, so I will specify the mobile number as a dummy mobile number. So let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0, the dummy mobile number I'm specifying. And do not forget to give this double quote or single quote, because these are string varchar type character. So always follow always follow this notation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. A simple structure, or 1 till 9 also, whatever you want. So you have specified that. Now click here and you can see this green signal. Whenever you will see this green signal, it means that your query is executed successfully. Now you can actually click select star from registration, and you can see this table contains some data, and we can easily get the data. This is Pradipto, Kolkata, and the mobile number that is given to me. So everything is available to me. Now in this way, I can actually create the table. I can do all the things from so I can actually do all the things from our MySQL workbench, and it is way too easier. But the main question is, this is not our target. What is our target? We have to do everything from this VS Code, because we will be having this server.js file. We will have multiple templates. So in the templates, in the web pages, whatever data we are inserting, we have to collect the data. And we know how to collect the data, guys. If you have listened carefully, you know how to collect the data. After collecting the data, we have to insert it. We have to insert the data properly. This is what I will be doing. So I will show you that how exactly we can create a table. So for that purpose, I will go to MySQL database, and what I will do, I will drop this table. So from here, I will drop this table. I will drop table. So it is registration. So why I'm dropping this table? I'm dropping this table just because like I will create the same table with same information from the VS Code, just for the illustration purpose, so that you all can understand properly how we are connecting the database, how we are connecting all these things. So I'm creating this part. I will execute this part, and you can see this table is deleted right now. And if I say description registration, so it will give us this red signal or red cross. Earlier, it was giving us this green tick. So it was telling us that, yeah, the table, like everything is properly working. Now it is telling us, no, there is table does not exist. You can see here, this table does not exist. So we cannot get that. And if I just write select star from that same thing will occur. If I write insert into uh, at that time also same thing will occur, because this all the things are dependent on this table, and this table I had created, but I had just deleted the entire table. I dropped the table, so it won't work. I have to actually create the table from our Node.js. Now this time I will create the table from here only. What I'm going to do, what exactly I'm going to do. So I have connected it, and after connecting, I'm just writing console dot in the console dot log. What I'm doing, database connected successfully. This is just the thing what I have to change. Like here, definitely database is connected successfully. Along with that, I will have a string. I will have my SQL query. So I will have this var SQL, which is a variable, and this is the query. So create table if not exist, guys. Remember it. It is not only if it is not only a query for SQL, but also you will use it a lot. Create table if not exist. I can directly write create table also. That will also do the same thing. But what I'm writing, this is much more advanced method that if the table is not there, then only I will create. Otherwise, it will not give us any error. So if the table exists, I will not do anything. So if not exist, so what table I'm trying to create, the if not exist, or rather I will specify just create table, because I want to keep it simple. In future, we are going to use that method. Create table. What is the name of the table? Registration. And SQL is like it is not case sensitive. So I can write create table in lowercase or uppercase. That doesn't even matter. Table registration is the name of the table. There I will open and close this parenthesis. And there I need to write something. The first thing is I'm writing name. The name is varchar. Name is varchar. What is the limit I want to give? Let's say I'm giving 30. Then I have name, then address. Address is also varchar. And it is also, let's say, 20. Okay. And then I have, let's say, mobile. While is also, let's say, varchar, and the limit is 15. Someone, if someone wants to write plus 91 and all this kind of thing, so they can easily write varchar. And if someone is from USA or someone is from some other countries, if they want to write completely, so they can definitely use varchar syntax. That is also absolutely possible. So this is the table that I'm going to create. And remember to terminate it with this semicolon. In JavaScript also it is necessary, and I'm terminating it. And whatever I have written, everything I have written inside this inside this double quote, if you have noted carefully, everything I have written right here. And this is the SQL query. This is my SQL query. Now I have to trigger this query. I have to actually execute this query. So how can I execute this query? Just whatever English I'm talking, like in our normal language, it is very much simple to that. I will just write con dot or connection con. That is our connection object that we have created, guys. You can see here I have used the connection object. I'm connecting it, and there I will just trigger this query. I will just write con dot query. Query. I will query it. What I will query? I will query this SQL. And the same thing, I will have either an error or I will have the result. So both things, whenever you are doing some query, you will either have an error or you will have a result. Error is when the query, there is some mistake in the query, just like earlier. And result is, suppose you are fetching some information, you are fetching some information from the database, you are doing all the stuffs, then you have the result. Otherwise, you will just have the error. So this is it. So now I have created the function, the function takes a few parameters. Now I will open and close this curly braces. Inside these curly braces, I'm going to write the same thing, that if there is any error, so I will throw that error so that I can debug my code if there is any error. Otherwise, I will just simply log a message that is, I will simply log the message that is the table created successfully. Table created successfully. This is the message that I'm going to give here. And don't forget to terminate this line with semicolon. Don't forget to terminate this entire function with semicolon. And we are done. So now I will execute this query here. How can I execute this query? Actually, I have to execute this entire file. So what is the name of the file? The name of the file is database. So I will just write node database.js. Since it is already, I am executing the same name. So what you can do, you can press the up arrow. Whenever you will be pressing the up arrow, you can automatically get the thing that the previously written command you can easily get. And you just hit enter. You can see database created successfully, table created successfully. It is done. I will close this for now, and to my I will go to my this workbench. Then you can see earlier it was giving us error that table does not exist. Table does not exist. All the error it was giving us. This time I will again search. I will do the description and I will execute it. You can see it is giving us the description. I have name, address, and mobile number. It is correctly executing. The green tick is there. I will do select star from registration, which is used for getting all the information that is present in our database. So I will execute it and there is no information in our database. The third thing is I will insert something, but this time also I will not insert anything from from this place. Rather, what I will do, guys, I will do everything from our VS Code. So this time I will go to my VS Code. This time I will go to my VS Code and I will do a small change. I will just write. So if I execute this query once again, can you tell me what will happen? This table is already there. And if we try to create the same, that if we try to create the table with the same name, which is already present in our database, then I will get some error. Let me show you at first. I'm trying to create this table and you can see this table we cannot create because this already exists. I cannot create not only from this VS Code, but also from our MySQL workbench also. If I try to create the table which is already present in our database, if I try to create it, then it will throw me some error. For that purpose, I can write create table if not exist. And after that, I will just write all the thing. If not exist, this table is not exists in our database, I can create this table. This time, if I execute it, guys, you can see I'm executing it and table is created successfully message is there, but it is not showing any error and no other table will be created. You can easily go to this, go here and you can see show tables. You can see show tables and it will only show you only one registration table. There is only one registration table. You can see the description. The description is also exactly same. You can see that no information is also there, but just it will not throw any error. Okay. So I guess it is also clear to you. Now what we are going to do? Now we are going to copy it because I have to figure the next query. This is the first query that I did. Now after that I have to do the second query just like in our. So this is the first query. Let me write. This is the query. This is the query to create a table. Now I have to do the query. Now after that, this is the first part. Part one is done. Now, what is the part two? Part two is now we have to insert some information. Ready? Insert insert information to the table. We have to insert some information to the table. And how can we do that? Guys, you know that very well. That I have to at first use the same thing in the same pattern. I will follow the same pattern. What I will do, I will write bar my SQL. The same thing I'm going to do SQL. Let's say this time I'm changing the name SQL underscore insert. You can change the name or you can use the same name, but don't use the same name. Don't go for same name. It will be a little bit complicated. So I will write insert into what exactly we can write here. I will be writing the same table name. I will write insert into the same query that I had written. What is the table name? Table name is registration. So here you can see it is registration. Then I have to write values and I will be specifying all the values. How can I specify all the values? I can directly specify all the values, and if I want to specify variables, then how I will specify variable wise? If I can specify normal values very easily, but suppose I want to specify some variables, how can I do that? So if I want to specify values, it is very easy. If I want to specify variables, it will be a little bit difficult. So although not that much difficult, because we can very easily do that. Like in our JavaScript, we have some syntax like we have some syntax like how I would say. So we basically have some syntax like dollar sign and curly braces. So let me show you the basic syntax at first. Like I can how can I insert the normal values? So let me insert the value, the same values. Let's say I have the value as Pradipto. Then I have the value as address is Kolkata. And then I have the value as the mobile number is my mobile number. Okay, so let's execute this cell. This is done. Actually, not this is not done. I have to copy this part and I will paste this part here because I'm just creating like I'm triggering this SQL query. So I will copy this SQL query from here. And rather than specifying SQL, I will paste it here. This function will also take this error and this result. And this time I will not log table created successfully. Rather, what I will specify values inserted successfully. Okay, so let's execute this file. Okay, you can just write node database JS. I will hit enter. You can see database created successfully, table connected successfully, table created successfully, values inserted successfully. So let's check whether like the values are connected or not. So I will go here and I will say select star from registration and I will execute it. You can see yes, we are successfully able to get the information. So this is how I can insert like normally I can insert all the information. But also if you want to insert some variables, how can you insert the variables? Let's say you have some variables right here. I'm commenting this line. I'm commenting this statement. So suppose you have some variables. Just a minute. Variables, and I'm declaring all the variables here. So you have the first variable as var. Some name, the name variable is there. Name is, let's say, Chatterjee. The name is Chatterjee. Var address. Address is, let's say, Kanpur. And mobile number. The mobile number is, let's say, dummy mobile number, like from 98765432110. In the just backward direction, I have specified all the numbers. Now these are some variables. Let's consider these values are connected. These values are connected to the form, or like we have collected this value from a form. So HTML form or EJS form, the same thing will there also. I have collected these values inside some variables. You know how to collect some values, guys. I guess if you have followed my JavaScript series, there you have learned about these things, that how to collect the values using JavaScript document.getElement by ID. You can easily collect all the values. Let's consider that we have some other things as well. Not only this, but we have some other parts as well. We can very easily collect without even using document.getElement, all the things. We can we can collect the values very easily. What I will do here, I have these values. Now, when I have these values, these variables are there. I need to insert these variables rather than this direct constant values. So initially, I will just remove this entire part. I will remove this entire part values because this is the empty part. Okay. Now here I need to specify the values. Also, I need to change something else. So here you can see this double strings, this double quotation, double quote. I will remove it. Here also you can see this double quote. I will remove it, and I will specify backticks. So backticks is the key. You can get it just below your escape key in the keyboard. In the top left corner, you can easily get the escape key. In any keyboard, it is the default key, and just below that you have the backticks. Whenever you will press, you will get something like this. This backticks. It is not single quote. It is backticks. Okay, so you have got it. Now inside there, to specify some variables, you need to specify at first this double quote. Inside this double quote, you need to specify this dollar sign, just how I am specifying this dollar sign. Okay, so this is what I have specified. After that, I will specify this opening and closing curly braces. There, I need to specify the name of the variable. Again, I'm repeating, and I will repeat it along with the next example. So I have to give a comma. So at first you have to specify the backticks in this entire string rather than a normal string like normal double quote or normal single quote. You have to specify this backticks. This backticks is there. Now after this backticks, what you have to do? You have to specify in double quote to specify any variable. Inside this double quote, you have to specify dollar sign. After dollar sign followed by this, you have this curly braces followed by this dollar sign. And inside this curly braces, you have to specify the name of the variable. So it will be address. A comma after the inverted comma ends, where the inverted comma is actually ending. Again, do the same thing. Open and close this double quotes. Give a dollar sign and then curly braces, and then specify the mobile, which is the name of the variable. This one is the name of the variable. These are the name of the variables. So now rather than I am specifying this constants, the constant strings, I'm specifying the variable name, which is name, which is address, and which is mobile number. This is collecting the information from here. And we are going to follow the exact same pattern, exact 100% same pattern when I will actually collect the information from a Google form or normal form. Suppose we have a form. Google form is not an example because everything is by default there. When I will create user defined form, and while I have created this form is created right here, guys. If you have noted it carefully, you know about that. It is right there only. I can very easily create this form. I have multiple tags there. Okay, so this is how I am inserting this value. So let's try that whether we are able to insert this values in this way or not. I will go here, I will hit database.js, node database.js, and I will hit enter. And you can see database connected successfully, table created successfully, values inserted successfully. I will go to my workbench. I will hit select star from registration. I will hit there. And you can see Kanpur, Chatterjee, and this mobile number, all the information are inserted to our database in form of variables. So this is how we have successfully connected our VS Code with our like the MySQL workbench. And not only we can trigger these queries, but also we can trigger any queries. We can create a database as well. Create database if not exist, rather than specifying this database here. You can also do this part here as well, like create database if not exist. So everything will be right here. So guys, please let me know in the chat section. I have discussed a lot. So is this clear to you all or not, guys? Please tell. I want the response from you all. And I think this was a very interesting session if you are able to understand, because generally when I was also a student, I used to I generally loved this part. When I learned this part, I loved this part. that how it is working. Very good, very good. And what about others? Very good. So guys, I guess that you all have understood all the parts properly, and you can now actually create your own database. You can actually create your own table in this way. Please try to do it. In the next class, we are going to see that how to connect our front end with the back end. This is Node.js for backend. I guess it is clear that how I have used this Node.js for backend, that what are the extra things that I have taken care. I guess everything is clear to you. That whatever I have done, all the things that I have done. I can use the select, I can use update, I can use like drop table, everything, everything, whatever I can do in our SQL, everything we can do here as well. So if you can, if you can do this basic queries like insert, update, and delete, try to do the drop table as well. So try to implement all the SQL queries using this Node.js. Okay, so this is your home task. Definitely you have to do this one as well. Like as well as you have to complete the next part. Again, a quick recap. At first, I have created this database.js file in the same directory where I'm currently working in. I'm currently working in this my app directory. This is the folder where I'm currently in. There I have just created this database.js file. In this database.js file, at first I have to install the module. Let me write the module name, MySQL2. This is the module name. And how to install this module? To install this module, it is very easy. I have to write npm install MySQL2. This is just what we have to write in the terminal, not here. I have to write it in the terminal. Done. Then I have to create the connection object by providing all this information, and rest. Just I have to connect it. And after connecting it, I will be doing everything inside there. Once it is connected, so definitely once it is connected, I can do everything. I can execute as many queries as I want. I can execute all the queries right here only. So guys, I guess it is clear. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Otherwise, then please start learning. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you really very much. I really appreciate you, and keep learning, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.